Hello, YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting in a Fan. So, just two things. So first, I definitely need to have Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audio-visual person, do a close-up of the pendant that I'm wearing, which is actually two pendants, for the Sun's transit in Gemini. We have this triquetra, more commonly known as the charm symbol, I wonder why. And we have this beautiful Wheel of the Year, which has a triquetra in the center that focuses on the different sabbats of the Witch's Wheel of the Year. I actually like wearing two different pendants at the same time while the Sun is in Gemini, especially considering that Gemini is the Latin word for twins. So that's number one. Number two, I pride myself on being a happily recovered Catholic. And in spite of being a happily recovered Catholic, I'm also a witch that works with the saints. I am a witch that has been reminded of the power of the Psalms, especially the magical powers found in the Psalms. And I love reading books written by, among others, Catherine Ponder. Dr. Catherine Ponder is very well known for her books, and she also focuses on books about the Bible. Even though all of her books contain biblical passages, specifically her Millionaires of the Bible series, which begins with the Millionaires of Genesis, is very specifically focused on the prosperity, miracles, and the prosperity legacy of the different characters of the Bible. So, the Millionaires of Genesis, their prosperity secrets for you. Introduction. They have prospered others and they can prosper you. A message from the author. Chapter 1, the first millionaire, Adam. Chapter 2, the pioneering millionaire, Abraham. Chapter 3, the mystical millionaire, Melchizedek. Chapter 4, the minority millionaire, Ishmael. Chapter 5, the peaceful millionaire, Isaac. Chapter 6, the persistent millionaire, Jacob. And speaking of persistence, hello, Durga. Hello. Hello, Durga. What a nice surprise. Thank you for joining the video. You're so beautiful. I love you so much. So yes, chapter 6, the persistent millionaire, Jacob. And this is cat number 1, the persistent kitty known as Durga. Chapter 7, Jacob's Success Covenant. Chapter 8, Jacob's overall success philosophy and what it means to you. Chapter 9, the first billionaire, Joseph. Chapter 10, the first millionairess, Ruth. I will have you know that I have a client who's become a dear friend over the years, as well as an LGBTQ plus ally and an integral part of my support structure, my emotional and spiritual support structure, who read the treatment, the meditation Fit for a Millionairess. And she became a millionairess. Yes, she did. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but it is, yes, a meditation fit for a millionairess. It's good. It's juicy. It's powerful. It works. It clearly works. So, I have a funny story about this book. So, I don't remember when I first read the Millionaires of the Bible series by Dr. Catherine Ponder, but I would say it was more than a decade ago. And I remember I read them pretty quickly. I really didn't spend a lot of time on them. I definitely read them thoroughly. I read them, I took my time, but I didn't spend months or even years reading them. And then a few years ago, I said to myself, you know what, I think it's time to reread the entire series. So I did. And when I began rereading The Millionaires of Genesis, I found that the affirmations and divine decrees in chapter 1 were so beautiful. They were so mesmerizing. They were so, I would be filled with this amazing energy to the point that I remained stuck in chapter 1. So a year went by, and I'm like, you know what? It's been a year. I'm just going to reread the whole thing again. So this was my second try, my second take two, if you will, of rereading the Millionaires of the Bible series by Catherine Ponder. And I remained stuck on chapter 1. And then I couldn't find my copy. So that individual, client, friend, confidant, LGBTQ plus ally, and spiritual support structure, surprised me by giving me a copy of the Millionaires of Genesis, which is this copy. And surprise, surprise, approximately 3 months later, I found my original copy of this book. This is not the original copy. This is the copy that I received as a gift. But the funny thing was, I distinctly remember receiving this book on a Wednesday, a day of Mercury. And the timing was perfect because I was doing laundry. Now, I have the good fortune of having a laundromat in my apartment building. So, and even though I have gone to other laundromats, it's extremely few and far between and as rare as possible as far as I'm concerned. So I read this, began reading it anew that same night, because I find it works better for me to do laundry in the evening. But I want to tell you, this book is just amazing. And for the record, so it turns out that what had me stuck was these amazing spiritual decrees that had more to do with divine substance. See, at first I thought it was the divine plan, but no, I was remembering it incorrectly. It wasn't decrees on the divine plan, it was the decrees on divine substance. And these divine decrees on divine substance are they're magical. For example, divine substance cannot be withheld from me. Divine substance cannot be taken from me. Divine substance is the one and only reality in my financial affairs now. Divine substance is manifesting the wealth of the universe for me in rich, appropriate form here and now. I am sustained and prospered by the infinite riches of divine substance. And in case you're wondering, I will happily transcribe this for all of you in the description box for this video, so that way you can reread it anytime you want. And I will tell you, this particular divine decree on divine substance is so magical and so beautiful and so healing and so restorative. I mean, just having read it once is thrilling me. So, even though I'm a happily recovered Catholic, I love reading Catherine Ponder's books. And I love reading her Millionaires of the Bible series. By the way, the other three are the Millionaire the Millionaire Moses, the Millionaire Jacob, and the Millionaire from Nazareth. And I cannot over-recommend considering these books. If you're a Catholic, if you're a Christian, if you're a born-again Christian, the likelihood of you reading these books is pretty up there. But if you are a happily recovered Catholic and a moon magic witch like yours truly, I invite you to consider reading any one of these books because it will give you some perspectives and it will certainly open your mind. Besides, those of us that have been practicing the art and craft of the wise know all too well that the goddess can be found anywhere. And that the use of herbs and unguents and incenses is in sheer abundance in the Bible. And that is not a coincidence. Sheba, Jezebel, not a coincidence. With that being said, Let me know which Catherine Ponder book you are reading or rereading. Let me know if there are any similar authors, such as, for example, Dr. Joseph Murphy, Neville Goddard, etc., that you're reading or rereading. And also let me know hello. What's going on, ladies? My primary feline familiar Durga and my secondary feline familiar Sekhmet. And all of a sudden there's like a bit of an issue. Stop growling at me, even silently. There, deal with it. So let me know in the comments which books you're reading, rereading, by Dr. Catherine Ponder or by somebody else. And as always, thank you for the likes, the comments, the shares, the subscriptions to my YouTube channel, and an extra big and beautiful thank you to those of you who have already scheduled your sessions, especially if you are a fellow cat lover, like yours truly. As always, stay in tune with your intuition. Stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, stay calm, cool, and collected like a cute little kitty, Durga. And stay tuned for the next video.